The 2021 Virtual Fitness and Recreation Industry Technology Summit is the only online summit in Australia that is 100% free. We know that between now and December, the Virtual Fitness and Recreation Technology Summit, their 7 webinars are going to educate, inspire, and help your business. And we can deliver this thanks to the speakers. The speakers have all agreed to give the presentation that they planned on giving in 2021 at our live event. So we're very grateful for them allowing us to record them and share that with the community. We're also grateful to the partners, the sponsors, and all of the supporters. For without them, we could not have delivered a face-to-face event, and now it allows us to deliver a virtual event free to the industry. Now, you can grab any of the recordings of the previous webinars at industrytechsummit.com.au/get access. Plus, if you use the code ACTIVE, you'll save $100 and you'll get all the replays for just $65. That's 17 webinars that you're going to have access to. And as an added bonus, you can book right there for the face-to-face tech event, which will be on February the 22nd and 23rd, 2022. So enjoy today's webinar, number 5 of the Virtual Fitness and Recreation Industry Technology Summit. One of the first suppliers to ask if they could be a sponsor of the Tech Summit was TechnoGym. I was pleasantly surprised that an equipment company would want to be involved. There was one condition though, and it was that TechnoGym had to be named as the innovation partner of the Tech Summit. Before I agreed to this, I needed to do a little bit of research. And the deeper I dug, the more it became apparent that TechnoGym is not just an equipment company. It is indeed a company that has innovated and continues to innovate to ensure you get to provide your members with the most amazing experiences. And we're really grateful for the support from TechnoGym in our initial 2019 Tech Summit, for the virtual Tech Summit of 2021. And we're excited to announce that they will again be the innovation partner for the live event in 2022. So thank you, TechnoGym, for all of your support. And I'm really excited today because we've got Brett and Darren, both from TechnoGym. And I love, guys, I love any webinar that has the word monetize in it. So I can't wait to hear what you guys are going to be talking about. And rather than me introduce you, I thought I would ask Claudio Bertozzi, the Managing Director of TechnoGym in Australia, to say a few words and then introduce his main men, Darren and Brett. Over to you, Claudio.
Thank you very much, Justin. Thanks for the introduction, very quick and sharply to the point. It's a pleasure to be in front of you all today. Thanks for being part of the FitTech Summit and enjoying the presence of my 2 colleagues, Brett and Darren, who will take you through the digital journey. As you can see, in 1983, TechnoGym was born from a physical location, not a digital location. It was the garage of our chairman and founder. And 37 years later, TechnoGym is a global giant, publicly listed in the European Stock Exchange, with an impressive corporate headquarters that is meant to inspire all the operators in the world. When I talk about operators, I'm referring to all the segments, from health clubs to corporate wellness partners to uniform services, hospitality, residential, and so on. This is based in the northeastern part of Italy. Italy is the country of design and nutrition. So the inspiration for the wellness company from Neri and Pierluigi Alessandri was, we have the heritage and the legacy of the mens sana and corpore sano philosophy. And that's where TechnoGym brand was born together with the wellness company. Nowadays, we have created in all the 18 subsidiaries around the world something similar to the TechnoGym Village, much smaller, but the feeling is the same. So I would love to invite you all in the TechnoGym Sydney Experience Center, which is located in Rushcutters Bay here in Sydney. As you can see, this is a glimpse of our reception area, and we all wait there. If we look at the previous slide, you can see what are the numbers today. And this is where we would love to start today with Darren and Brett. 580,000 installation around the world, 8 times exclusive supplier of the Olympic Games. We were at the Commonwealth Games 2018 as exclusive supplier, and we hope to be at the Brisbane Olympics in 2032. The business approach will be discussed by Darren and Brett, but I'm going to conclude with the fact that what you read about the TechnoGym community, the 50 million registered members, are all part of the TechnoGym wellness on the go strategy, which is everywhere, every time, every day, fully connected, and join the TechnoGym equipment, but also the TechnoGym format. It's a pleasure to introduce Brett Turner, our digital manager, and then Darren Elkin, our national manager, will follow up. Thank you, guys. Over to you.
Thanks, Claudio. And thank you, JT, and everybody who has carved out some time today to listen to Darren and myself talk about what we think is the future of the industry as we know it, and how technology plays in that part, from both the on-site experience, so in the 4 walls of your facility, and of course, what happens outside of the 4 walls of your facility. So with that in mind, today we are going to cover a few topics. If there are any questions, feel free to ask them as you go along, or we can hold them to the end. But I guess I wanted to give you a brief outline as to what we're going to discuss today. So I'm going to evolve a little bit based on what Claudio mentioned around the TechnoGym and the history. And then what we're going to do is we're going to show you what the data is telling us. So I'm going to throw to Darren. He's going to talk about some of the trends that we're seeing, some of the data that we're starting to see come out of places like URSA, Les Mills, etc. And with all of that in mind, we'll then be able to talk about what we consider to be the steps or the direction that health clubs are heading in, and hopefully provide you some tangible notes and ideas for you to walk away from today and look to start implementing into your own business. So with that in mind, I briefly wanted to talk to you about, or at least show you a little bit about not only the history of the company, but a little bit of a deeper dive in terms of some of the products and how our hardware business has evolved in the last 30 years. You can see back in when Claudio mentioned the humble old hack squat back in 1983, we've come a very, very long way since those days, through to our brand new Excite Live Cardio, which we actually released during the height of the pandemic last year, which is a huge leap forward in terms of how we use technology in our hardware. But I also wanted to show you how the software component, how technology and how we have used technology and how that has evolved during the last 30 years. Back since 1996, when the wellness system first came out, right the way through to 2020, when we launched My Wellness 6.0 and all the brand new features of what many of you have been able to see today. Technology sits at the center of our business. It sits at the center of our philosophy. And we think we're in a really good position for the future. And I guess today is about sharing some of those ideas for you that you can then potentially implement into your own business. Claudio mentioned the wellness on the go strategy, and this is a really exciting slide because this is a bit of a philosophy that we have had for many, many years. And it probably is more important today than ever. But at the center of this wellness on the go strategy, I guess, is the ability to be able to take your wellness experience everywhere. So not only can you work and participate in wellness or your fitness activities in the bricks and mortar facility, but how do you take it on holidays, when you're on work, when you have to go to the doctors? How do you utilize that strategy throughout your incidental exercise? Being able to take that with you anywhere you go is a really, really key component, sits at the heart of what we'll discuss today. But before we actually show you some of the practical uses and how we can start to implement things into the business, what we want to be able to do first is show you some of the data that we are seeing. So with that in mind, I'm going to throw it over to Daz, and he is going to take you through what some of the statistics and some of the data that is telling us. Over to you, Daz.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. And thank you to all for joining this webinar. I'm going to touch on the consumer trends and industry scenario, of which, let's see if it's working. I don't seem to have control here, Brett. No, it's not working for whatever reason. Can you touch on that, Brett? You there, Brett? I don't seem to have control.
I got you, Daz.
Yep.
Yeah, we wanted to show you through some of the statistics. So Daz, I'll look after the slides for you. Carry on, mate.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, consumer trends within our industry, and essentially what we're using here is some of the global reports, the 230 million by 2030 through IRSA. We're using obviously the Jeffries report and the Club Intel report. So this is not our views, but collating data from industry bodies and what we're seeing around the world. So projections from the World Advertising Research Centre is 72% of internet users will be using their smartphones to search the web. Growing the fitness marketplace will require technology to deliver a greater value while reducing costs. And members want a connected experience. They don't want a fragmented approach to that connected experience. So they want to, when dealing with a single brand, they essentially want to deal with that brand and not deal with multiple apps to get their end user experience. And the current state of evidence supports that gamification is playing a large positive impact in health and well-being, particularly in health behaviours. So what you'll see already and more in the future is that gamification part around heart rate training, the visual stimulus within group exercise or formats. Also, a study found that 87% of Generation Z consumers want to be rewarded for walking into a brand's gym. So essentially what we're talking about there is our frequent flyer, creating loyalty and reward points for being a loyal member and actively engaging and being rewarded with points. The Les Mills research was 75% of regular exercisers do at least one gym type of activity, and live fitness classes are the single most used gym type of activity. And it makes sense that 2/3 of gym members preferred to work out with others. So I think it's fair to say that the fitness facility, the bricks and mortar, is going to continue to be the hub of social engagement around fitness. I don't think that's going away and not being replaced by digital by any stretch of the imagination. And the percentages are telling us this at the moment through these reports. 80% of gym members plan to continue using digital workouts post-pandemic. So again, I think that tells us that it's going to play a part, not the whole part. And 60-40 is the ideal consumer mix of gym and at-home workouts. So again, if using digital can complement the hub or the bricks and mortar facility, it can go a long way to helping build membership growth, retain, and actually could be an insurance package to retention, being able to provide that digital membership or that engagement through a digital carriageway. Among gym prospects, 65% say offering quality live, go back one there, quality live or virtual classes would encourage them to join a gym. So again, could this be a lead generation strategy for gym owners to actually look at how can I reach the non-exercising community in a fitness facility per se, and how can I encourage them to get involved in a non-threatening or a comfortable environment and then lead them to become part of the bricks and mortar facility, as well as supplementing that with their virtual classes or live classes in the home. Consumer trends, again, still within the industry. 77% of people stated they will certainly adopt a healthier lifestyle. And I'll definitely add to that I'm in that 77% for sure. 80% are looking for physical exercise, and only 25% hold a gym membership. That to me speaks opportunity. And 69% are determined to lose weight that has been gained during the lockdown. And I think we've called that COVID curves over the last 18 months. And again, I'll put myself in that area where we got stuck on these sort of calls, ate and drank too much and didn't dedicate enough time. So the number one goal will be health and wellness is going to be a top priority moving forward. The digital journey is going to be the prerequisite for end users. So 60% of members who do not abandon digital content are reopening. And so that's showing that, there's a large portion of members that are going to want digital content within their fitness journey moving forward. And 54% of millennials expect being the operative word there, a digital offering from any fitness club. So it's showing that throughout the pandemic and the adaptation to digital and the acceleration of the digital world is that it's now going to become an expectation through the habits that have been created. And the digital is a driver of physical in the space. So it's accretive versus cannibalistic, meaning that we need to look as digital as an enhancer to drive growth of membership, not thinking that we're going to lose members to digital. And it's an important point because there's so many positives to being able to reach so many people through the digital setup that we need to look at it as, how do I add members through digital? How do I retain more members through digital, rather than thinking about, I'm going to lose members to digital. 72% of the digital fitness consumers say it makes them want to work out more in person as well, which is important because if you think about, am I supplementing my gym membership with a digital component, then I'm more likely to maintain my membership because I don't fall off my exercise journey. I stay in the journey because I'm exercising at home and in a health club. Number 3, it's not just a hybrid, it's an ecosystem. So 33% of the pre-COVID subscribers will continue to train from home. And that's quite a large portion. And it's also, again, from a lead generation strategy using digital, has the pandemic created a lot more exercisers waiting to join a gym? We just need to reach them. And number 4, consumers indicate they are 40% more likely to spend more than planned with experiences are highly personalized. So it's not personal, it's hyper-personal. And this is an era of mass customization. So a perfect example here is Harley Davidson. And Brett can probably talk about it more in detail than I can, but Harley Davidson some time ago adopted a customization strategy in what they do, where you buy the chassis and you customize the rest of the bike so that you have a bespoke bike that's specific to you. I think they just forgot to tell Brett that he'd be paying it off for the next 20 years. So it's about making the experience unique and giving people what they want, which is a customized experience. So the industry trends from location to experience. And again, I think I touched on this earlier. The club or the hub is still going to be the center, we believe, and so does the industry and the data of the experience. So flexible membership, on-site, online. Are we offering an in-club and an at-home membership or a digital experience membership? And both. Fully digitized environments and high-quality programs and content so that they're getting that quality, engaging experience. Again, whether they're traveling for business, when we get out of this and we open up, are they training with that high-quality content at home? That's what people are looking for. The training experience needs to be fun and engaging. So again, good quality instructors, good quality content, tailor-made training programs. So again, are we delivering a program that's bespoke to them that can be used where they are? and the precision training experience. So again, is the experience and the training content, is it on point and related to goal and has a specific outcome? So that's important as well. And notwithstanding the staff and the community leaders. So qualified and fast in communication. So essentially, again, how we're communicating with our customers, either in club or digitally. Are we analysing the members' data? So again, we can create more specific strategies from an experience point of view, because we know training habits, location of training, and we're capturing that data. And the interaction and data tracking in one single application. So again, getting away from a fragmented experience and more to a on-brand experience that creates brand equity for the health club. And it creates that portal or that sticky of, I'm a member of XYZ Health Club and I go to them for my training needs, my nutrition needs, my wellness needs of ancillary services, and it's all in one single point, rather than, again, that fragmented approach where a member may have to use multiple applications to engage with a facility. They actually want the one style brand. So I'll throw back to Brett so he can advise us on what phygital means.
Thanks, Darren. Awesome. So I guess that the point to sort of sum up what Darren's been saying, we wanted to make sure that we provided you with the data, some of the numbers that help support, I guess, what we're about to go through now. So the numbers have indicated some pretty clear wants and needs and expectations from consumers now. So how do we use that data and now turn that into some practical points that we can at least start to plant the seed and see what we can do in our own facilities and our own businesses to help future-proof ourselves as far as technology is concerned. So where does it start? If we start with the on-site facility, all right, we want to talk about how we digitize the on-site facility first before we start talking about how we try to monetize anything from a technology standpoint. It starts with the on-site facility. The numbers clearly tell us that the number one priority, the bricks and mortar facility, is still number one and the absolute priority, and the digital helps complement that on-site experience and the on-site services that you provide. So in order to digitize that on-site experience, it really starts with your member journey. Okay. What we need to start thinking about is what services and experiences do you want to be able to offer your members, both in club and online. So it starts at the very beginning of a new member's life, I guess, or time as a member with your facility. So it starts at point of sale. From point of sale through to assessment and initial induction with a trainer, or an initial consultation with a trainer. What services do you want to be able to offer? How do you want to offer those services? All the way through to program prescription and additional services that you offer within your facility. So whether that be PT sessions or in-club challenges, outdoor boot camps, what does that look like for your business? And then, of course, it also ties into the renewal of your programs and all of the engaging experiences in between to connect that journey together. Because let's face it, if we break things down very, very simply, what do we want to achieve as business owners and fitness professionals with our clients? What do we want to do? We want to make sure that our members are getting results. But what we also want to do for our own businesses is we want to get them on this member journey for as long as possible, and hope that they actually reach their goals along the way. So we want to get them on this journey and keep them on that wheel for as long as we possibly can. And we need to look at every service, every experience that you offer, from point of sale when a member first walks into your facility, through initial consultation, through program prescription, through to your additional services, be it PT, online challenges, live and on-demand content, you name it. If we do not know what our member journey looks like, and if we aren't clear on that member journey, then the digital offering particularly essentially becomes a bolt-on. And that's something that we do not want to do. We don't want to have a bolt-on digital offering for the sake of offering a digital solution. We need to make sure that it is fully integrated into the overall structure of your business and have it complement what you are doing in that bricks and mortar facility. With that in mind, it's really important that we look at the reasons and the benefits, or pros and cons, I suppose, of why people actually attend a facility, whether it be, and the majority are either attending a traditional gym or they attend a boutique studio. So let's have a quick look at what are some of the benefits of both. You can see here that if we're talking about a traditional gym, what are some of the benefits of a traditional gym? It's convenient, right? You can get the majority of what you would like to do as far as your physical activity is concerned. You can probably participate in most of those in a traditional gym. Availability of equipment, other services, training, PT, support, advice. And then, of course, there is that social interaction, that community engagement that you will build over time throughout a traditional gym. If we look at boutique studios, what are some of the benefits of a boutique studio? Why do people attend boutique facilities? It's fun. It's super engaging. That community of users is really, really powerful because you kind of share, you have a shared passion, an amazing atmosphere, the music, the layout, the atmosphere that a boutique studio provides is incredibly engaging for the time that you are there. So they are some of the benefits. So that's some of the reasons people attend these facilities. But I guess conversely, what are some of the cons, I suppose, of these facilities? What are some of the limitations, for lack of a better term, that inhibit these two propositions? If we look at a traditional club, it probably can over time become a little bit boring. Yeah, maybe they become a little bit complacent, a little bit monotonous. It can be limited as far as engagement is concerned. There are many facilities. You come in, you do your workout, you leave, no real interaction with staff or other members of the gym. Typically, some of the memberships are typically not, it's starting to change, but still there's a lack of flexibility in some of the memberships that are on offer, and it can be a little bit time consuming. Whereas for boutique studios, it's expensive. It can be expensive. We can typically miss some of the other areas as far as workouts are concerned. You know, it might be a cardio-based workout or a strength-based workout, but you typically don't get both, I suppose, or it's difficult to focus on different areas. There's no real social interaction. The experience and the atmosphere isn't particularly conducive to that sort of social interaction while you're actually in the workout itself. And typically with a lot of boutique facilities, they utilize a varying amount of third-party apps and devices to be able to capture all that content. So if you might be using one platform to capture your heart rate tracking, you might be capturing using another device or another app to capture your body assessments. You might be requiring another app to be able to capture your body assessments. So it can become a little bit fragmented in that sense. So with all of that in mind, this is a really key slide. I wanted to kind of plot both of those things on a bit of a matrix. You can kind of see here. So if we sum up those boutique and the traditional club, what do we kind of see? In a boutique studio, we know it's a super engaging workout, but it's probably a little bit low on the variety. So it probably sits in that top left-hand quadrant, whereas a traditional club, it sits more in that sort of bottom right-hand quadrant, where it is high in variety, but can be a little bit low from engagement. So if we look at this kind of matrix, it sort of makes sense. If we want to be able to future-proof our business and be able to provide both engaging experiences and a high variety of activity and workouts, then we want to be in that top right-hand quadrant. Now, that top right-hand quadrant, we call the TechnoGym Club 4.0 proposition. So it's something that we've already been working on for some time. That's a different conversation for a different day. But I guess the point of this slide is just to really make clear that what we want to try and achieve as far as our on-site experience is concerned is high level of engagement and high level of variety. And with that in mind, this is what we believe through our research, our experiences, what we believe are the 6 ingredients to making that successful on-site experience. And it starts with, of course, the digital connectivity. We've talked about gamification. We have talked about being able to see metrics on screen. We've talked a lot about being able to have results and metrics that are tangible, that once you actually finish that engaging workout, you can actually leave the facility with something in your hand, something tangible that you can walk away from. So having some sort of digital connection between the workouts that you are participating in, it becomes really, really powerful. The design and layout of your studio or your health club or whatever it might be, depending on what sort of community you're looking to engage, the design and layout becomes really, really key to make sure that you're offering the best experiences you can within the 4 walls of your facility, and trying to offer kind of that boutique style offering inside under one roof. Smart equipment, of course, it's a bit of a no-brainer. So it's one thing to jump on a treadmill and run for 10 kilometers, but if you're able to suck out the data that you're capturing whilst you do that 10K run, be able to leave and actually see all of those metrics in your smartphone once you actually leave the facility, and be able to collate that information with all of the other health and wellness information that you capture through your other third-party apps and devices becomes really, really, really powerful. On the right-hand side, we look at method, we look at programs. So the methodology of your workouts, really, really key, because it has to be conducive. The methodology, the way that you program as well becomes really key. So if you're delivering if you're delivering a heart rate based training solution, for example, you need to make sure that the programming is actually based around heart rate. Because if it's not, I know it sounds quite simple, but if you're not delivering classes based on heart rate, then the heart rate metrics that you can see on screen just become a bit of a fad. You don't get the same level of engagement, and over time, the quality of the programming and the engagement that you're getting out of it will slowly decline. And then, of course, once you have all those 5 ingredients in excess, as soon as you have those 5 ingredients, the last one to pull it all together, of course, is the marketing support, right? We want to be able to pull the community together, be able to educate your members to understand that link between the on-site experience and how they can actually get the most out of their membership through the digital content that you're providing them as well. So to summarize, I guess you're really trying to ask yourself 2 questions, and that is, what type of community do you want to attract in your facility, in your bricks and mortar facility? Is it performance focused? Is it functional focused? Is it fitness focused? What type of community do you want to create? And then, of course, what sort of training experience do you want to be able to deliver? If you get that right, then you've done everything you can to kind of digitize that on-site experience and put yourself in the best position to create that stickiness when it comes to technology. And this is what brings it all together. We heard Darren talk about one of the key stats was that 72+% of internet users will access the internet directly from their smartphones. So what does that mean? It means that eventually you want your members to be able to access all the touch points within your facility and outside directly through a smartphone. Assessments, program prescription, booking spots on the gym floor, tracking your results, and not just results captured in the gym, but also outside of the gym. And then of course, monitoring your process or your progress over time. If you've got a single touch point, and that is the key, a single touch point to be able to deliver that experience to your members. Because don't forget, people are coming into your facility already with 3 or 4 fitness apps that they utilize, be it Strava, Fitbit, Apple Health, you name it. But if they're coming into your facility, you don't want them to have to download another app to access body assessments, another app to access bookings, another app to access programming. So with all of that in mind, let's touch on the digital side and how we start to, or how we can look at monetizing your online experience. Okay, so firstly, what I wanted to do today was just give you a couple of things to think about, some simple things that you can probably start to think about your own businesses, of ways that you can start to monetize and generate new revenue through complementing your on-site experience with your digital experience. The first is premium classes. We're starting to see this more and more in the industry now. We start to think about what we're calling a freemium model. What does that mean? It effectively means that you will download an app for free, but within that app, you might have the ability to purchase or the ability to sell or upsell services or experiences through in-app purchasing. The easiest example that we can think about is premium classes. So maybe those premium classes might be your boutique style classes. Maybe it's your HIIT classes. Maybe it's your heart rate training solution classes. Maybe it's something like a Pilates reformer that you are offering at a premium price. You can then utilize your digital platform to be able to upsell those premium classes through in-app purchases. So no longer would you necessarily need or require to have tiered memberships. You could have a single membership, but within it, you've got a digital touch point whereby people can then purchase directly in the app for you to be able to start generating new ways or new revenue through some additional premium offerings. It could also be something as simple as creating a digital only membership. So maybe you have an on-site membership, but maybe you have a remote or a digital membership where people who do not want to visit your bricks and mortar facility, and trust me, there are plenty of people that have never stepped foot and have never had any intention of stepping foot inside your facility. So how can we attract those people? Well, we can potentially offer them a digital only subscription, which can be accessed directly from your branded touchpoint. The second thing I'd like you to think about is additional services that can be sold through your smartphone or through your digital touchpoint. We have started to do it with with My Wellness and TechnoGym. We've recently just released our brand new features, which is part of our My Wellness 6.0, which allows people to be able to book and buy services and experiences directly from within the mobile app. But an absolute no-brainer, if you are looking at a digital strategy and ways of generating new revenue through a digital strategy, premium classes and being able to purchase, book, and buy your professional services directly in your single touch point is absolutely key to being able to create that stickiness and that engagement. So what does that look like? That could be selling a lot of your on-site services, PT sessions, book through the app, buy through the app. Could be allied health, your physio, your massage therapist, your exercise physiologist. Let's look at ways that we can start to sell, promote and sell and allow members to be able to book those services directly within your digital touchpoint. And you'll see here, guys, that as I sort of wrap this up, I know it seems relatively straightforward, but it really starts at the absolute beginning of the journey for a member. So from when somebody first walks into your facility, through to so point of sale, through to initial consultation, through to exercise prescription. You can then now get them on board with the digital strategy that helps facilitate all of those in-club services. But now you can actually start to use digital to not only facilitate in-club experiences, but it also allows you to essentially be able to take your membership anywhere you go, whether that be holidays, traveling for work, sick family member where you can't visit the four walls of your facility. By having a digital touch point through a smartphone, you can start to bridge the gap so that if somebody cannot make your 5 p.m. body pump class, then maybe you guys are live streaming that exact same class. You've got a camera on a tripod at the exact same time. If I can't get out of work and I have to go and I can't make it to the facility, I can duck home, I can open up my app, I can screen mirror to a TV and participate in the exact same class, but live streamed. Or if I'm going on holidays, then I can take my membership with me and jump into some on-demand content. Or maybe I want to participate in some challenges that my facility is operating, but I can start to, maybe it's the most calories burnt in a month. Well, guess what? I can take my membership on the road. I can go for a run outdoors. I can go for a run in the hotel gym, and I can still participate in that challenge. And that sort of goes back to where we started this whole conversation, which is around creating that wellness on the go proposition. So we already do that. We talked about the Club 4.0, which is that on-site experience and bridging the gap between the on-site and the online experience. We are doing that currently. We believe that the data backs, or the evidence suggests that that's the direction that we're going in. The last thing I wanted to leave you with before I throw back to Darren is just a few minutes. I know it's a lot of Darren and I talking. It could be very overwhelming for a lot of people who aren't particularly digital savvy. So I wanted to kind of put everything together in somewhat of a real life example, so to speak. So let's see what that looks like. I've got a short video here. Let's hope it works well, but enjoy.
Hi, I'm Rob. I'm 35 years old, and I love training at least 3 times a week. I'm married to Lana, but she's not as sporty as I am. When I'm not able to go to the gym, I prefer to work out from home by booking a remote training session with Alex, the personal trainer from my local gym. It's Monday. I'm in the office when I book my training spot directly from the My Wellness app for the same evening. I park my car in front of my facility, I open the gate with my TechnoGym band, and Sarah from the front desk welcomes me personally. At the same time, Alex, my personal trainer, gets a message on his tablet instantly notifying him that I've just arrived. I change my clothes and I'm ready to train. It's time to start. The My Wellness app guides me through my training program. As I jump on the treadmill, it welcomes me. I can choose the session that suits my needs best and enjoy an engaging workout with my favorite TechnoGym trainer. He guides me step by step with instructions and advice designed to maximize the workout's effectiveness. Let's do some strength training now. I go to the TechnoGym BioStrength, where in real time, directly on the screen, I get instructions about repetitions and loads, together with biofeedback about speed and range of motion. What I really like is that at the end, it gives me motivating feedback, while at the same time, it allows Alex to keep track of my progress. It's Wednesday. Unfortunately, I cannot attend the gym today as some meetings ran late. So I decide to work out in my living room, attending a live class on the My Wellness app and choosing my favorite trainer. It's amazing that I can follow my program even from home. At the end of my training session, while I'm checking my results, Alex congratulates me via chat and advises me that I can even buy home equipment directly from the app. Watching me train at home, my wife decided to join my gym, but with an at-home membership, a new option from my club offer. So now we are both members of the same gym, but she enjoys its services remotely. The first time Alex met Lana, he asked her questions about her aspirations, habits, food, training preferences, but most importantly, he wanted to understand her needs. Now Lana has her custom training program. She trains 2 times per week from home or from wherever she is. She also decided to buy a TechnoGym bike so she can now join live or on-demand classes directly from her bike screen. It's Friday. As every week, I booked a TechnoGym skill run bootcamp to challenge my gym mates. I cannot miss that. Before the start of the class, the My Wellness app reminds me that it has been 4 weeks since I last measured my stats on the body analyzer. So before training, I take a test and discover that since I've joined, I've lost 2 kilograms in weight and got 1 kilogram in soft lean mass. Alex gets notified via My Wellness about my new results. He's a great trainer, and thanks to his competencies, he can read all the data, review, and adjust my program. Now it's time to start the boot camp. I'm ready to beat my gym mates. Every week, I am so excited to join this class. I love high-intensity interval training, but what I love even more is the mood among the classmates. It's extremely engaging. My adrenaline races up. The environment is so challenging that it really pushes me to give my all. On weekends, I like to go out for a ride with my friends. Even if I am outdoors, all data collected through my smartwatch are in the My Wellness profile too, so Alex can see my performance wherever I am. I can't believe how well Alex and my gym know me. They support me in every step I take to achieve my fitness goals, no matter where I am. And I feel part of the TechnoGym community wherever I am.
Brilliant. I hope that kind of, I guess, gives you a bit of a real life example how when you start to really look at your digital strategy and how it can complement your on-site services, we really start to create that wellness on the go strategy. A digital membership that where the hub, the gym sits at the hub, sits at the center of everything, but there's a digital touch point that members are able to take anywhere they go, at home, outdoors, on holiday, during incidental exercise, at the doctor's, and at work. So with that in mind, I'm going to stop talking and throw it back to Darren. I hope he can hear me okay. I hope the video played okay. And Darren's going to take you through some of the key takeaways that you can start to get the ball rolling, plant the seed on how you can start to build a digital strategy in your businesses. Darren.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. I'm tired from watching Rob and all his workouts. He was a busy boy training every day. But some key takeaways: that physical facility is still and likely always to be the main environment to train. So I think we've touched on that the bricks and mortar is essentially the data showing us that it's going to be the hub of the our members' fitness journey, so to speak. People want variety, engagement, connected, and highly personalized experience. We know that for a fact, and there's plenty of examples of where businesses have applied that in the last 5 to 10 years, and it's going to become more so moving forward. And digital is not just a solution for lockdowns, but a powerful retention, engagement, and even a lead generation tool. And it's now an expectation of consumers. So again, other industries, other technology that they're engaging in is shaping the fitness users' habits, and essentially that's going to come more through as an expectation of what they require when joining a gym and utilizing those services. The digital strategy creates opportunities for new revenue growth and higher yield and greater reach. So again, looking with digital, it has no boundaries. There's no borders. There's no walls. So essentially, using it as a lead generator to bring people as a first step on board before they do come into the facility, charging additional yield in staggered memberships or a pay per use strategy on the digital side, on top of the normal bricks and mortar membership. And then obviously the additional revenue areas that you can utilize with paid services through the app and in facility, or even sending personal trainers out to the home, whatever it might be that can be booked and paid for as additional revenue through the digital touch point. And your members will inevitably subscribe to a digital fitness platform. So why not it be yours? And again, we can look at Apple's come into the market as a disruptor, Center. There's many examples of the amount of platforms out there that members are downloading and utilizing. And as Brett touched on, the freemium experience, where they'll get to download something for free and then it's additional content to be paid for. But again, rather than having digital as a competitor by those large companies, adding digital to our own offering allows us to use it as we've discussed today, and invariably add to our membership base and help retain some of our members rather than migrate off to other platforms. And maybe potentially long term they fall out of the bricks and mortar exercising community and into digital only. So why not complement our own bricks and mortar with a digital content and a touch point?
Beautiful. Thanks, Daz. So I guess before we wrap up, we kind of finish where we start, which is if you can really connect that on-site experience through those digital features and through technology, through a single touch point, you can then start to personalize and shape what your online experience looks like. And like I said, whether that be through booking your classes, accessing programs, accessing assessments, and then purchasing services or purchasing content, you've put yourself in a really good position to really have that integrated experience, that truly hybrid model. And if you do that and you do that well, you be the wellness on the go proposition. So with that in mind, thank you very much. That's all the content we have for you. I don't know if there are any questions. Feel free to open up your mics or let us know.
Brett, got a couple of questions for you.
Brilliant.
Simple one. Other than the TechnoGym app, do I need any other app in my business? So, basically, can I save some money by putting this in?
Of course. So the intention is that we are trying to consolidate a range of different apps or a range of different touch points to make it nice and seamless, right? So if you have a body analyzer that requires a separate app, if you've got a separate booking app, if you've got a separate programming app, you have got the ability to consolidate that into a single touch point. And if that happens to be your branded application, then not only are you going to save on cost by consolidating all those digital touch points, but you actually create a much more seamless experience for the users.
This isn't a question that someone sent through, but I'm going to ask it. Does that mean you've got that your software speaks to the member management program that people have?
It can, but depending on what your business looks like, and whether it be a traditional health club or whether it be a boutique facility, that will determine on what is required. So typically in sort of your big box health clubs, you still will require the membership management side of things because particularly the My Wellness platform looks after everything related to experience, right?
Yeah.
But the debiting side of things still sits with the membership software. So of course, many of the digital solutions that are out there, particularly the My Wellness platform, can integrate with the membership software. But if you're looking at a boutique facility, there are actually, particularly with My Wellness Cloud, but if they don't necessarily need the bells and whistles that a legitimate membership management software requires, right? They might need just the ability to book classes and the ability to pay for classes, whether that be a package or ongoing subscription. If that's the case, then potentially My Wellness could be the single touch point you need, thanks to our new payment gateway with Stripe. If you simply need to take debits and book classes, then the My Wellness platform can facilitate all of those things without requiring a membership software.
Darren, do I need to have a full TechnoGym fit out of equipment to put My Wellness in?
That's a better question for Brett, but lucky I do know the answer because I play in a digital space as well. No, you don't. Obviously, We would love you to buy Fully TechnoGym. And
exactly.
It would be a full connected experience and a very seamless experience, from whether it be our strength training with Mini Unity connected experience to our latest and greatest Excite Live with sessions, routines, and outdoors, you name it. However, our My Wellness platform does work with non-TechnoGym equipment. It's not as connected and seamless, but it still works, and it can be a standalone platform in your health club.
Good answer. One for both of you, because I know you both deal with varying size clients around Australia. Have you got any idea, or can you share with everybody today what the price point people seem to be going in at it, perhaps just the digital membership?
Yeah, of course. It is cheaper than you might imagine. And if you start thinking about things like cost per head, it actually becomes and it's an operating expense, right? So it can become relatively inexpensive to roll out a basic digital solution. To give you some perspective, to create your own branded version of a mobile app or of our app, you're probably looking at, roughly speaking, $5,000. But to dip your toe into the water of being able to offer digital services, be it digital programming, challenges, live or on-demand content, you're probably looking at, roughly speaking, an entry price of about $150 per month to implement a digital strategy. The best part about most, irrespective of My Wellness Cloud, most digital solutions are modular, meaning that you don't necessarily need to take on the full suite of services and offerings. You can actually just pick and choose based on some of the efficiencies that you want to create within your facility, right? So maybe it's just a matter of getting away from paper-based programs. Well, if that's the case, you might only need one part of the digital offering. So in terms of keeping those costs down, you can really work on that. So something to consider.
Now, that wasn't meant to be a trick question to get rough pricing out of you. I actually meant like where a club is actually selling digital memberships to the consumer. Have you had anyone that like gives you a price point? Is it $5 a month to the consumer? Is it $15? Is it free?
Yeah, it's a really good question. What we actually saw initially was that operators were looking to give it away as a bit of a value add. If you think about sort of March, the first 6 months from sort of March last year, everything that was digital was just given away for free, and it was to stop that hemorrhaging of members, right? So here, have some digital content, right? Please don't leave our facility. Yeah. And it worked for a period of time, but people are starting to understand that a little bit more. There is still a portion of the industry that still looks as a value add, but a digital only membership these days is probably starting at about $5 a month.
Yeah, it's not a lot. And, you know, if you get 30 of them, it's a great save if somebody's cancelling. You know, instead of putting someone on freeze, they just go onto your digital membership offering, which is exactly the same. Coincidentally, happens to be the same price as your freeze fee. And you're starting to then claw back that money. I do think you're right. We clamoured last year to our detriment of giving everything away for free to keep people. I just had a thought while you were speaking. If I'm a member of a club that uses this and I relocate or I move, I could actually still be a digital member of that club, move to Brisbane, be training in another facility that may not have TechnoGym, but still get all that feedback and feel like I'm part of the community of my original gym, couldn't I?
Especially if you liked your personal trainer, Justin, that you'd build a rapport with over the last 5 years. They could be prescribing your workouts that you do in another gym. But to answer your previous question, how much would you pay to do a workout on a Friday morning when you're tired and can't get to the gym? Wouldn't it be good to wake up and think, I can't get to that 6 a.m. class, but I can definitely book it on the app right now and pay $5 to do it? How many people would do that and not miss exercise altogether? And secondly, would pay for the convenience. I mean, why is Uber Eats? I mean, I've never seen a funny story. My wife detests paying the delivery fee on Uber Eats, except for when she's really hungry for ice cream. And then they knock at the door 20 seconds later. It's hilarious. So what is the cost for convenience? Well, it's driven by what is the user prepared to pay. And I know for myself, if it was I can't get to the gym or I want to hit the snooze button for an extra 20 minutes, then maybe I'm prepared to pay $10 to do the class. And if I do that 2 times a month, all of a sudden the yield's $20 extra and not $5 on a membership. It really comes down to the habits and the convenience of the people prepared to pay. But again, if you don't offer that, i.e. there's not a chance to do an ad hoc class digitally in the app on a pay-per-use basis, then essentially you'll never know what your members are prepared to pay for convenience because it's not there to offer. Yeah, no,
I agree with that 100%, Darren. And I think, research out of trendwatching.com in Europe have indicated that about 20% of our members would pay 30 to 40% more for a premium product if, in fact, we had a premium product and we told them about it.
Yeah, true.
So, and generally, and we think about that with phones, because I'm quite sure there's not a lot of difference between the X and the 11 and the 12 and the 13 and the 14 and the 15. They're all out of the same place. It's all costing them the same, but we're paying more for it because we want that premium product. I think there's a huge opportunity. I've learned a lot today from you guys about wellness on the go, and just, I think you used the word, Brett, that stickiness back to the club.
Exactly right. Stickiness is everything, right? So how do we do that? Because the reality is when somebody goes away from work, God forbid a family member is sick and you can't make it to the gym for an extended period of time, then if you've created that brand awareness, that community engagement, and you've got a digital touch point where people can still access it, still train with the instructors that they like, they know, and they recognize, you've created something that people are going to want to keep forever.
It's called brand equity as well. So, you can't create brand equity with a fragmented offering. And if you want to create anything in business, you want to create that stickiness and that brand equity.
And I think that actually is a great way to finish, because you guys really have got that stickiness, but that seamless experience, which we all talk about in the industry. We all want an experience for our members, but we're not all delivering it. And what you've explained this afternoon has almost turned it into a 3-dimensional, right in front of our face, picture of what it actually looks like. You've done a great job explaining of what is possible and what we should all be striving for. And more importantly, how technology can actually enhance the experience whilst not getting rid of the human touch. So look, thank you so much. Thanks, Claudio, for introducing the guys earlier and being part of today. Thank you for being part of the Tech Summit. We're really excited to have you. And when we hear these sorts of stories and experiences, just add so much value to people and what is possible. I'm hoping I could lean on both of you or all three of you that come February, when this has been out in the marketplace for an extended period of time, that we might even be able to get a case study of a club with a club owner to share with you, the people at the face-to-face event, how they put this in place, perhaps some of the teething phases they went through, but also the successes that they've got. Would that be possible, do you think?
I'm sure.
Come and experience our new showroom. Justin, let's do the event in our educational space.
Hopefully we have too many people to come to your educational space, but we could definitely do a bus down there at lunchtime, because it's not that far from the city. So that could be definitely a possibility as well.
I think we could host probably 60 to 70 people.
Oh, Claudio, we're going for way more than that. We're having 200. Now that we're out of COVID, we want more.
We'll live stream it as well with my wellness.
Now we're talking. But thank you guys for being part of it. We're very grateful. I also want to give a shout out to Australian Institute of Fitness and Australian Fitness Network, who are supporting partners of our event. Australian Fitness Institute of Fitness needs no introduction. They've been around for many, many years and trained many personal trainers, group fitness instructors as well. Absolutely terrific organisation and amazing supporters of our industry. So to Steve and Kim, thank you very much for your support of the event. And also shout out, I think he might even be watching, Ollie from Australian Fitness Network, great supporters of the industry as well, with publications, CEC courses, and great opportunities to really grow yourself as a fitness professional. So thank you for joining us. In 2 weeks' time, our webinar is another one not to be missed. We've got the General Manager of LT Network, Rachel Dahl, speaking on building your digital marketing strategy. In this session, we're going to look at changes in the advertising landscape and consumer behavior in the last 24 months, the marketing funnel and the key components of your digital marketing strategy. You're going to learn to use your data more strategically to make better marketing decisions for your business, and most importantly, how to get in front of your target market. That webinar is Thursday, the 21st of October at 3:30 p.m. And you can register for free at fitnessindustrytechsummit.com.au. Really easy to do so. If you would like access to any of the replays, again, fitnessindustrytechsummit.com.au/get access, and you can access the replays. Again, I just want to say a huge thank you to our partners, our sponsors, our supporters, and our speakers for enabling us to deliver this gift of education to the fitness industry. And if you got any value out of today's magnificent presentation from Brett and Darren, then please tell your friends about the event, tell your friends about this particular webinar, and that they can get access to it. Finally, this is a free education event to help you strengthen your business with technology. The industry's done it tough over the past 24 months. And so thanks to people like TechnoGym and Australian Fitness Network and Australian Institute of Fitness, we're able to deliver these events to you right where you are. So thank you. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you at 3:30 on Thursday, the 21st of October. In the meantime, no matter where you are in Australia, keep washing your hands, wear a mask if you have to, stay safe, and remember, stay physically distant from people, but not socially distant. We'll see you next month.